Hi there! Hi there, mga katarum, mga katalim, my fellow blade enthusiasts, blade bros. How are you there? Um, we have here a copy of the rules of court and some knives, just to show you that we blade enthusiasts are law-abiding citizens and that we don't bring the law into our own hands. So there, what can you say about blade-related crimes? I'm sure you're a member of the various knife groups, blade groups, sword groups, where usually these things are being discussed. And usually there's a person who would post about a particular incident involving a knife or a blade used in a crime, or if not a crime, an incident where a knife or a blade is a major element of the narrative. And of course, he would usually comment that the incident once again gives us bad PR or gives us a bad name. And this is because usually there is a clamor, a public clamor from various sectors, or especially the sector of our legislature. And usually there will be a kind of a clamor to what to you know make more stringent measures and laws as per blade carry outside of residence. Now, what can you say about that? What can you say about that? When one idiot decides to commit a crime using a knife, then the knife becomes a weapon of mass destruction. It becomes the most evil thing in the world. And when in fact we would also say that knives primordially are a tool. Although, of course, knives were also used sometimes as a weapon, but it was only later when humanity became a little bit more politicized, when swords became, officially weapons of war. There, what can you say about uh, blade related crimes and about the usual belief by people that because these crimes are happening, we should make more stringent laws to prosecute blade carry outside of residence? Whereas, as we said, we also have our justifications and our reasons. Uh, More so that we do know that these things are also works of art. Yeah, these are, you know, part of culture, history, culture, and art. These are also works of art. So, check this out. For instance, yeah, beautiful, right? Even the machine-made one is beautiful. Do we make more stringent laws just because crimes are being committed using bladed items? What can you say about that? Um, as for me, I would say that why not just enforce the law on the so-called objective act? Meaning to say, when a person already committed a crime using a bladed weapon, right? Why don't we just prosecute the person as to the crime already committed, like murder, um, or robbery, uh, and not make it more difficult for people to carry blades outside the residence, being that the carry itself is not yet an objective act, but rather still a subjective act, or still on its subjective phase. We must give the person, the one carrying the blade, the benefit of the doubt, because as per our law, Batas Pambansa 6, he might be able to offer, a valid reason for the carry, say livelihood, say in pursuit of a lawful activity, any lawful activity at that. And good thing most of our law enforcement members are actually what? Um, let's just arrange this. Actually, yeah, uh, broad-minded. Yeah, broad-minded. So that's what we have right now. Okay, people thinking that you are, a potential criminal for carrying a knife outside of residence, against our view that knives are necessary for humanity to survive. Ever since the world began, ever since humans went out of the cave, we already used bladed items to to build our civilization. And right now it is practically impossible for us to survive as a civilization without bladed items. Okay, please comment down below as to your opinion. Are you against people carrying blades outside of their residence, or are you going to consider that blades are actually useful for various things, not only for crimes, and that why not just prosecute the criminal and not the tool? Prosecute the criminal who already committed a crime, and not the person who's carrying the tool. Even if, of course, granting, a person carrying a knife could indeed be planning to commit a crime. But again, the carry is still in its subjective phase, not yet in its objective phase, wherein an overt act is already evident that the person will indeed commit a crime. Although our law on the matter, Batas Pambansa 6, is a kind of a mala prohibita law, meaning to say the intention is not important. But then, for a mala prohibita law, that particular measure, the BP6 is kind of weird, because it accepts of exceptions, such as the so-called livelihood clause, and the in pursuit of any lawful activity clause. Some people say it's vague, that's why it's bad. Some people say it's good because it's vague. Because being vague means we have a window for we have a wider window for interpretation. There, Jason here for the Hagbayon channel and TMS Talk. And remember, the pen is mightier with a sword. Please like, subscribe, or share, or comment. Thanks for watching. Be safe.